Your mantra is one life, one chance. Talk to me about what that mantra means to you and how you came up with that.
Yeah, mate. I mean, this is one that was born in the depths of a coal mine while I was suffering through these 12 hours of hell each day just for the dollar. Now that's one of the worst things you can do for your health is just sell your soul for money. But I did that for a long time in order to go and live this dream life. And that's where I was sitting at the mess after a dinner right before I had the night shift, and I come up with my one life, one chance logo, and that was the logo that I've carried through till today. It's been changed around a little bit, but that's really what it's all about now. Is I really do believe, and this is something after all the adventures, all the crazy stuff we've seen and deaths along the way, is that I really do believe I've only got about 5 years left in my life on this planet. And when I think that way every year, I say, right, I've got 5 years. What the hell do I want to do between now and my death? Now, I really believe this is going to happen. So I sit down and I'll write down those things every year. And then that's what I set out to achieve, whether that's big adventures or whether that's whatever it is, that's what we'll go about doing. And that's what sort of one life, one chance encapsulates, is not getting bogged down in the nitty-gritty grind, selling your soul for $1, what you must do in society stuff that we all have to do from time to time, but looking a bit deeper. And if you did get hit with that news, it's like, oh, you got 5 years left. What are you going to do with yourself? Well, answer it honestly. Write that stuff down and then start making tangible changes in your life to go and achieve that stuff.
I think that's a great point. And you brought something up there that intrigued me as well, and that was that mantra was born in the depths of the coal mine. And, obviously you needed to put yourself in that position to be able to make enough money to then go and tick off these things on the list. But the first point for me is that, one, you're aware of that, and you noted to yourself that, hey, I might not be here in 5 years. Do I want to keep doing this for 5 years, or do I want to fucking tick these things off my bucket list? Obviously you're going to need some money. You're going to need some experience to be able to do that. So, you need to be financially stable to be able to do those things. But, that shouldn't be your whole entire existence. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. They get stuck in this constant, money trap where they're constantly trying to make money because they think if they, have a bigger house or the new car, or, they have a wife and kids, or, they lose X amount of weight, that they're going to be happy. People are always putting their, their livelihood, their happiness on something else, on an external factor, and some of those external factors, they are important, okay? But it's the internal things, that those driving forces that should be, directing the direction that you want to go in your life. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, that's spot on, mate. And even when I was coal mining, if you have a clear objective, a good reason why I am, selling my soul for this high dollar at the moment, and taking risk as well. Underground coal mining, it's not a safe hobby. But when you have that light at the end of the tunnel and you say, right, in a year, I'm done with this, well, then your day-to-day grind is a lot better. You don't get that miserable, whingy type attitude. And you're also hungry for it as well. So I was getting every overtime day I could. And then even you have to have forced rest in mining. So you're going to do 5 days straight. You've got to have a couple of days off. So even on those 2 days off, I was down the local pub as a bouncer getting $20 an hour just so I wouldn't drink, that I'd stay focused, and then back to the pit, come Monday morning. So I had this just dialed in focus of what I was doing. And at the end of that year, you're out of there. You just can't get bogged down in, don't know why I'm here. It's a good job. I'll just earn money and just, tick along, because then you will fall victim to those, traps of, let's just get a big mortgage. Let's just do this. Just follow the norms of society, where there's a whole different world out there if you want it.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. What you said about being a light at the end of the tunnel, that job was a means to an end. I've got so many guys, mates that were in the army or police or whatever that went to the mines, fly in, fly out, and they're making really good money. And they're like, yeah, once I make enough money for a deposit for the house or to buy a house or whatever, then I'm going to get out. But then, a couple of years down the line, they're used to that paycheck and they're used to that lifestyle. and they don't have an out. They haven't put a plan in place to get out of that position and, change direction. They, haven't identified the new direction that they want to go in. They don't know what they want to do. So they just, fall into that cycle and they stay there.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But what I think what you just said then is an excellent point of that was a means to an end. You gave yourself basically an end date, and when you weren't working, you made sure that you were doing something that was going to serve you rather than sabotage you by not drinking and going down to the pub and working as a bouncer and making some extra money.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Because you have to have that focus, hey? And the reason lads do get trapped into, just, save up for a mortgage is because they haven't reflected enough to figure out, do you even want to go down that road? You got to sit back and have a real good look inside. What do you really want out of your life? And answer that shit honestly, and whatever comes up, no matter how crazy it seems, break it down again and start putting things in place to see if you can achieve that stuff. But if you don't have that insight, you will just fall into the social norms and grind your life away.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. So many people don't know what their underlying values are, and they just fall into the pattern of, societal norms. But they don't really take a deeper look and have a deeper understanding of, where they want to go, what they want to do with their life. That's an incredible place to start winding up, mate. I do have one more question for you. The name of this podcast is the Live, Train, Perform podcast, and that stands for Live Life to the Fullest, Train to Your Potential, and Perform at Your Best. What does that mantra mean for you?
Perform at your best, mate. That's sort of what life is all about. You want to have the knowledge, you want to have the fitness, the health, the ambition and drive that no matter what comes along, when that next phone call comes, I can just say yes. I don't have to worry. Just go and do it.
Amazing, mate. Incredible answer.